Next, let's have an honest evaluation about the words you use to describe the divine. Because I think too many people are mistaking a word for an actual function. And this confusion is exactly why humanity became trapped in vibration without realizing it. Understand, the function of creation itself does not belong to language. The sun existed before the word sun. The oceans existed before humans named them. Breath existed before alphabets. So the function is eternal, while the word is cultural. And this is why I keep telling you to study Ren, the power of naming, because words are not neutral. They carry history, culture, conquest, vibration, memory. And many of us are still trying to reclaim our power using the very vocabulary given to us by the systems that conquered us. God, Lord, Jesus. If you study the etymology and historical evolution of these terms, you will discover these are not indigenous words to your ancestors. They came through colonial systems, conquest, empire, translation, politics, and forced religious expansion. And understand clearly, I'm not talking about the possible function behind creation itself. I'm talking about the psychological and vibrational power of repetition, because repetition is control. Why do you think they spread these exact words globally? Because once an entire population uses the same divine vocabulary daily, they unconsciously reinforce the world view attached to those words. That is the real power of empire. Not just controlling land, but controlling language. Controlling the sound frequency attached to divinity itself. And this is why the ancients in Kemet treated names with seriousness, because they understood Ren was power. To rename something was to redirect perception itself. So when the colonial systems renamed your lands, your ancestors, your spiritual systems, and then handed you their divine vocabulary, that was not accidental. That was psychological architecture. And then they taught you prayers already written by another man. Think about that deeply. The Lord's Prayer. You memorizing another man's words and repeating them to the source, as if authenticity can come through imitation. And the irony is people criticize rappers for using ghostwriters, while entire religions are built upon billions repeating another man's script to the divine. Think about how disconnected that becomes from the self, because your relationship to existence should emerge from your own awareness, your own gratitude, your own observation, not mechanical repetition. And this is not about hatred. This is about consciousness. Understanding that words carry vibration and repeated words shape identity. So if the same vocabulary used to justify slavery, conquest, colonization, fear, and division is also the vocabulary shaping your spiritual imagination, then at minimum, you should question the psychological impact of that repetition. Because many people are emotionally tethered to systems they think they escaped simply through inherited language patterns. And this is why I say, be careful what words you repeat daily, because some words elevate frequency, while others reinforce dependency, fear, guilt, and separation. The ancients understood this deeply. Tahuti understood this deeply. Sound shapes consciousness. So study, align, become aware of what you speak and why you speak it, because the source itself does not need defending through inherited vocabulary. The function of creation already exists independent of human language. And perhaps true spiritual evolution begins when you stop parroting words mechanically and begin speaking from direct awareness, gratitude, alignment, and observation. Study, align, become ashe, ashe.